I'm standing in the kitchen with one sock on and the other. I don't know where it went. The floor's cold. There's a glass tipped over in the sink. Not broken, just lying there like it gave up. She'd left the window open again, even though it smells like rain and old leaves. And I remember thinking, why does that bother me so much right now? It shouldn't. It's a nothing. Except everything lately feels like it's vibrating a little too loud. We've been together a long time. Not one of those neat, round number timelines people like to say out loud. Long enough that we stopped asking each other how our day was and started assuming. Long enough that silence didn't mean peace anymore. It meant buffering, like waiting for something to load that never does. She'd been off, not dramatically. That's the thing. Just sharp around the edges. Snapping over dumb stuff, how I load the dishwasher, the way I breathe when I'm tired. Sarcastic smiles. That look where she laughs, but her eyes don't bother showing up. And every time I tried to bring it up, she'd tilt her head like I was a child who didn't understand the rules. You're imagining it. You're too sensitive. God, can you not start something for once? There was this moment, small, stupid, where she brushed past me to grab her coat and flinched, like my arm was hot. She muttered sorry too fast, then corrected herself. I mean, why are you standing there? And I remember thinking, wow, I'm apologizing in my head, and I don't even know for what. Something was already wrong. I just didn't know how loud it was going to get. It happens fast. Not in a dramatic way, more like tripping over something you didn't know was in the room. I'm looking for a receipt. That's it. Groceries. I dumped the bag somewhere, and now everything smells like cilantro and panic. I open a drawer I never use, and there it is. An envelope, folded wrong, like someone rushed. I almost close it. I should have. I actually say out loud, nope, like that's going to undo anything. Her handwriting's on the inside. Not to me. I don't read the whole thing at first. My brain won't let me. It keeps skipping lines like it's censoring itself. Words jump out anyway. Last night. Couldn't stop thinking. Next time, I laugh. I actually laugh, which feels insane, and then immediately feel embarrassed, like someone's watching me react wrong. And then, this is where it snaps. I hear her car. Too early. Door slams. Keys. I shove the envelope back like it burned me, but my hands are shaking, so it crinkles louder than it should. She walks in, already talking, already annoyed about traffic, about someone cutting her off, about me not answering a question she hasn't asked yet. I'm staring at her mouth, thinking that mouth wrote those words. She notices. Of course she does. Why are you looking at me like that? Defensive, instant, no curiosity. That's when it hits me. Not proof exactly, but certainty. That feeling where your body decides before your brain catches up. I ask her who he is, just like that. No buildup. I don't even know where the word comes from. She blinks. Once. Too slow. Then scoffs. What are you talking about? Like I interrupted her. And I realize, whatever this is, it's already been happening without me. She laughs, not a nervous laugh. Worse. Amused. Like I just accused her of stealing office pens. Wow, she says, dragging it out, folding her arms. So this is where your brain goes? Then she looks around the kitchen, like she's searching for a witness, like the fridge might back her up. I tell her about the envelope. My voice cracks on envelope, which annoys me, so I rush the rest. She freezes for half a second, just half. Then her face rearranges itself. Eye roll, sigh. You went through my stuff. There it is. The pivot. Suddenly I'm the problem. I'm on trial for curiosity. She says it's nothing. Then it's old. Then it's complicated. The story keeps changing mid-sentence. She interrupts herself, corrects details that don't matter, snaps at me for focusing on the wrong part. You always do this. Zoom in on one thing and miss the whole picture. I ask what the whole picture is. She says I wouldn't understand. That one lands hard. I raise my voice. I hate that I do. She immediately points at me. See? This. This is why I didn't tell you. Like my reaction traveled back in time and caused it. I feel crazy. I actually say, am I crazy? And she doesn't answer. She shrugs. That shrug is louder than any confession. Then she drops it. I didn't cheat. Beat. I mean, not like you're thinking. Beat. And if I did, maybe ask yourself why. I feel something tear. Not dramatic, just quiet, like fabric giving up. She grabs her bag, says she needs air. On her way out, she turns and adds, "You're blowing this up." The door slams. The room feels smaller, and I realize the confrontation didn't clarify anything. It just made the ground move. I sit on the floor. Not because I decide to. My legs just stop cooperating. The tile's cold again, like earlier, and my back's against the cabinet I fixed last year. I remember being proud of that. Weird what shows up. My chest feels tight, but not in a dramatic way. More like something's leaning on it and forgot to move. I keep replaying her sentences, but they don't line up. They overlap. You're imagining it. It didn't mean anything. You drove me to it. Pick one. I try to get angry, real angry, but it keeps slipping into embarrassment. Like I missed something obvious and now everyone knows except me. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Then I blame myself for even thinking that. Then I miss her. That part makes me sick. There's a moment, I don't know how long later, where I stand up and almost text her an apology for yelling, for accusing, for existing too loudly. My thumb hovers. I actually whisper, "Don't," to myself. That scares me more than the envelope did. The idea that I'd beg just to restore a version of reality that already cracked. She comes back suddenly, no warning, drops her bag, starts talking like nothing happened. I feel relief and rage at the same time. She says I look dramatic. I almost laugh. I almost cry. I do neither. I just feel tired in a way sleep won't touch. And underneath all of it, this quiet, humiliating thought. What if she's right? What if I'm the problem? That thought sticks around longer than it should. The decision doesn't arrive like a movie moment. There's no clear line where I stand up straighter and say something definitive. It leaks in sideways. She's in the bedroom, on the phone, voice low but sharp, laughing at something that has nothing to do with me. I pause in the hallway, not trying to listen, just realizing I'm already not included. I tell her we need to talk. She exhales like I asked her to do chores. "Can this wait?" she says. That's it. That's the turning point, I think. Not the letter, not the lies, the inconvenience. I say no. My voice surprises me, steadier than I feel. I tell her I can't live like this. Half answers, shifting stories, feeling like I'm apologizing for bleeding. She calls me dramatic again, says I'm threatening, says people don't just walk away over feelings. I almost backtrack, almost say we can try therapy, rules, timelines, anything that sounds fixable. Then she says, "If you leave, that's on you." Clean, cold. No fight for me. Just a disclaimer. So I say I need space. I don't say forever. I don't say divorce. I say space because it's the only word that doesn't collapse in my mouth. She shrugs, tells me to take my time, already turning away. I pack a bag badly, forget things I'll need, take things I won't. When I reach the door, I wait. She doesn't stop me. That's the resolution, I guess. Not closure, just movement. And even as I step out, part of me hates myself for not staying. Another part finally breathes. I'm in a place that doesn't feel like mine, sitting on a bed that creaks when I shift my weight. The air smells unfamiliar. Someone else's detergent, someone else's normal. I keep expecting my phone to ring, for her name to light it up, for something to pull me back into the argument so I can redo it better. It doesn't happen. That silence is its own kind of answer. What I've learned, if that's even the right phrase, isn't clean. There's no lesson that fits on a mug. I learned that doubt can be trained into you slowly until you start checking yourself before you check reality. I learned that love doesn't always end with a bang. Sometimes it just stops being mutual and no one announces it. I still catch myself rehearsing conversations with her. Smarter ones, calmer ones, ones where she suddenly understands and says the right thing and everything snaps back into place. Then I remember how often I waited for that before, how it never came. If someone's listening to this and wondering what to do, don't take this as advice. I don't trust my own conclusions yet. All I know is I'm sitting here, heart still loud, still unsure, but no longer shrinking myself to make the room quieter. That might change tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not healed. I'm just here. And right now, that has to be enough.